If you understand English but can't speak, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Dawson and this is a series of videos where I go outdoors and film myself in public spaces so that I can get rid of my fear of public speaking and fear of talking to a camera outdoors. And if you're new here, on this channel I talk about English learning, books and films in a manner that is going to improve your spoken English. And if you're looking for a place where you can learn English from zero, then you can reach out to me on my number. I provide online English classes. So let's start learning together. Problem number one, that is also the biggest problem, that you have to stop treating it like a subject. I know it's not your fault. The education system of our country or every country where English is not first language, they treat it like a subject. But now that you are trying to speak this language, you have to stop treating it like a subject. I know literature is important, grammar is important, working on your writing is important, but remember guys, when it comes to speaking a language, there is no other alternative than speaking, practicing your output. Talk to a person, talk to your camera, talk to AI, and if you will do it continuously, then automatically you will start building your muscle memory. Things will stop sounding unnatural. And that brings us to point number, sounding unnatural. When you learn a language as an adult, then you can't stop sounding unnatural. Why? Because you have been speaking another language for the past 16 or 18 years of life. And now out of nowhere, you are trying to get familiar with speaking English. So a lot of words are going to sound unnatural. And that's where a lot of people give up, that why I'm not able to speak perfect English. My friends, how are you supposed to speak perfect English? And on top of that, from the first week and from day number one, bajata dhai, try to embrace your mistakes, record yourself, listen to your own voice, and you can compare it with somebody whom you admire. Let's say you like Shahrukh Khan, R. Ashwin, or R. Madhavan. These are Indian speakers and they speak perfect English. So take reference from them. I know it's like comparing an amateur speaker to a professional speaker, but I always recommend that choose one speaker and try to imitate them. You have to notice their mannerism. When do they take a pause? When do they speak? I know again our lifestyles are completely different. They are superstars, they are cricketers. But your goal is to become confident and especially becoming natural while speaking. And that's my simple suggestion. You are going to sound unnatural, but you don't have to give up. Start recording and take reference from others. And now let's talk about point number three. Problem number three is the fear of making mistakes. India is a country where English is seen as a scale to measure how educated you are. So since our childhood, we have this extra pressure that we have to speak perfect English. So either we wait for the perfect moment and we never even start trying. So you have to remember that for a lot of people in this country, English is not even their second language. It is their third. You have to learn Hindi, you have to speak in your original language, and then for job, for other purpose, you start learning this new language. It's natural that you are going to make a lot of mistakes. So instead of fearing that, start early. If you start early, then you will have more options, to work on your mistakes. You can take help of other people. You can take help of AI now. So now, because of internet culture, we have just too many options. Consume, and then start discussing with somebody. And I'm going to repeat this in almost every single point, that you have to start speaking and you will make progress. Point number four is past experiences. I think a lot of people give up because of their past embarrassments. Whenever you are trying to learn something new, there are always going to be a few people who will make fun of you. So instead of getting influenced by their negativity, try to use that as a fuel. I will give you two examples. When I started to speak this language, I faced this problem too. And I also felt demotivated, but I had very nice support system. I know it's a very heavy word to use here, but my support system means where I was learning this language, a lot of people were supportive. So you are bound to receive some kind of bad comments, because this is again a human nature. When you try something different, people make fun of you. And the second example is of David Goggins. I know, completely different background, but I heard this, that he uses negative comments to fuel his runs. He doesn't listen to any kind of music, and obviously is not listening to all those hate comments, but I guess sometimes he uses that. So instead of getting influenced by their negativity, try to use it as a fuel. Problem number five is too much importance for input. I mean, a lot of people spend majority of their time consuming media. They focus on unwanted vocabulary, remembering different phrasal verbs. I'm not against studying or learning new words, but the problem is if you're not going to use them while speaking, then you will forget them. So instead of investing a lot of time just for your comprehension, you have to spend some time with output also. So learn, but at the same time have some form of output in your daily routine. Problem number 6 is expecting instant results. A lot of people think that they can become fluent within a week or within a month, and that's where they lose confidence also. So guys, have some patience and invest a lot of time with this language, because at the end of the day we are not going to have that natural environment. We have to force ourselves to create that artificial environment, and it takes time. So instead of putting extra pressure on yourself, try to enjoy the process, make it fun, make it engaging, and remember that there is no time period that within 3 months or within 6 months you can become fluent. But yeah, give yourself some sort of target, that if you are telling yourself that I'm going to invest 60 minutes regularly for the next 3 months, so that will completely change the way you have learned this language and the way you are already learning this. So let's say you are a beginner level student right now, so maybe in 3 months you can reach to an intermediate level, right? So if you are at intermediate level, you can reach to another level. So have some patience and enjoy this process of learning. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any other doubts, or if you want me to talk about any of your problems, then leave a few comments, subscribe, and share this video with somebody who is trying to learn this language. And if you need any additional help, then reach out to me on my number. As I mentioned earlier that I provide online English classes. So whatever your current level is, there is a batch for you. So let's start learning together, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.